absolutely insane to see. But I do want to point out that MuteAce does have some other characters. It's not just the Peach. MuteAce plays Palu, MuteAce plays Bayo, and I think there's a couple other ones in the pocket. And actually, we are seeing the Palu come out here. So 2 secondaries versus 2 mains is a little bit of an interesting dynamic, and we'll have to see if the team of CFL, or actually, I just realized this is 1 CFL and 1 SFL versus 1 CFL and 1 SFL.
Yeah, so you can't even
root for one team.
You can't even divvy it up as cleanly as that. Oh, geez. So right now, you know, they're just getting a feel for each other. Kobe just controlling center stage so well. Just going to be getting Anathema away from his teammate and successfully just giving him a little bit of space.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Steven Anathema is more than happy to kind of let Phuzix do the boxing here. Anathema is kind of just hanging out in one corner of the stage, letting Phuzix be the one to try and force the opponents into him. Phuzix is almost serving as like a fishing rod here to bring enemies into Anathema, but Phuzix is also not going to tech.
Sometimes the fish just takes your whole god away. And now it's just you sitting on a boat without any god, and you have to go all the way back home. So that was a little bit unfortunate for Phuzix there, but it's okay because they still have plenty of more stocks ahead of them. Anathema acting as a bit of a stock tank right now, which you absolutely have to as Rob in doubles.
Yeah, we actually kind of mentioned it when we were talking about Bowser previously. Like, heavy characters definitely need to hold on for to their stocks for dear life. But Anathema might not be able to hold on to this one too much longer. Anathema has to get back in and save Phuzix, and does. Barely managed to get the dash attack off before Kobe pulls the trigger on that F smash, but Anathema is going to lose their life for their trouble.
That was this close to going south too, because Anathema almost just like plunged headfirst into a Lucina F smash.
Imagine if both of them died off of the same F smash. That would be unfortunate, but speaking of unfortunate, Kobe putting on a lot of damage to Anathema at the moment, and the explosive flame comes through, and a little bit of friendly fire takes out Kobe's first stock.
MuteAce just trying to be able to find a way off of this ledge right now, and actually Kobe going to be saving his teammates, so that was just really, really good play there, just rushing. A big thing about doubles is you always have to prioritize, you know, protecting your teammate rather than trying to keep up center stage or keeping up advantage. Sometimes it's a lot more effective just to make sure they get out of trouble because they could be holding on to just one more stock.
Right, that's the thing that we harped on a lot seeing Hawk and Linus play, was that as soon as one of them took a hit, the other one was right there behind them waiting in the wings to follow it up. Yep. But we're seeing the same sort of thing coming through from Mute and Kobe. We're not really seeing it from Anathema and Phuzix. Anathema is seemingly more than happy to just hold on to the corner pressure instead of going in to help out Phuzix, and it's not really working out all too well.
Anathema right now just trying to get something started on MuteAce, and maybe just like tunnel visioning a little bit, but you know what? Just basically unpunished all this time. Still going to be living Lucina up tilted. Oh, excellent whiff punish from Kobe. Just great awareness in that really uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, great aerial drift too, to be able to drift back, avoid the side B, and then come right back in to punish it. Now they do have MuteAce stuck in a little bit of a bad position, but a great early teleport's going to avoid the worst case scenario, and is going to be able to get MuteAce back to the stage.
And look at the way that even though Rob is off stage, they still have somehow managed to sandwich the both of them in the corner because of just how much Rob has an ability to stall with his up B. It's like you still were not safe even when he had one of them off stage.
That was really weird. Anathema parried the collateral hitbox from the pummels, and then got a grab on his own teammate. Everything went wrong there for them.
Yep. Oh, right now just Kobe acting as a bit of a wall, just not letting anybody get to MuteAce, and as a result, MuteAce gets back onto the stage successfully, and I gotta say, Anathema and Phuzix, they're knocking on death's door.
And for the second time, MuteAce has killed Kobe with Explosive Flame. Kobe hasn't died to an enemy yet. And actually won't for the duration of this game, as Anathema finds a beautiful back air to close out game number 1 in another pretty dominant showing.
I feel like what they did so well in this game, it was like the really small interactions where somebody was off stage and one of them was on stage, where they just sat there, they held their ground, and they just prevented from the enemy team from going after them. Just by pressing really safe hitboxes, not with the intent of hitting them, but rather with the intent of just keeping them out for 5 seconds longer.
And if you'll even notice on this replay we're seeing right here, at any given moment, Phuzix and Anathema were stuck in between Kobe and MuteAce. It was a pain sandwich almost, and they really
that explosive flame was actually so funny.
I talked about it for a second, but I do think it's really funny that MuteAce is the only person who killed Kobe.
Yeah,
Like,
that was like supposed to be their advantage too. Like they rushed in, like they had like stage and everything, and then Kobe just ended up eating that explosive flame. That was so sad.
but they were able to recover relatively quickly. We're able to pick it up, close out the game, and we see a little bit of a strategy meeting going on between Anathema and Phuzix here. Gonna definitely try and clean up their act, and I think the biggest thing to clean up in between these two games is what you mentioned previously. They need to cover each other. They were almost content to set their own things up while their teammate was getting cooked, right?
Yep.
They were like, okay, I'm going to set up my gyro, or okay, I'm going to charge my needles. They needed to get in there, throw out a hitbox, and cover their friend, and they just weren't really doing that.
Additionally, I feel like what MuteAce did so well alongside his teammate, he was able to create openings. When both of them were on the same side of the stage, he was able to throw out an auto reticle. If they shielded, Kobe was just able to get a little bit closer, maybe start looking for a grab. If they got hit, congratulations, you hit the opponent, and your teammate is now running at them. So I feel like auto reticle was just like the big slept-on option in this match that just kind of, it's like that little bit of chip damage, but more importantly, how it just kind of gave them stage control.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, and both 50s are bad for your opponent. Like, you shield it, Kobe gets stage control. You don't shield it, you get hit, and Kobe's in your face hitting you. And I really think like that's an underrated aspect of Palutena in doubles, is that she has tools like that. But you do have to be careful about where you're throwing those explosive flames, MuteAce.
And devolving into two 1v1s, honestly, that was not so bad because Rob's damage output in that moment was kind of the same as Palutena's. So, you know, it just kind of ended up being even at that point in time.
Yeah, average damage-wise at least, it is Anathema and Phuzix that are winning right now. They've definitely got to be careful of like how they're nickel and diming in those situations, because they will get burned if they take it too far.
I will say I did not totally like that neutral air from Anathema. Even though that you know, Phuzix was able to shield it, it was kind of ignoring the fact that Kobe was on the stage, and then as soon as Rob landed with the neutral air, he had to just stop in his tracks and then shield immediately.
Oh, Anathema very nearly getting the snipe on Kobe. Not quite able to do it, and we take a peek over at the other side of the stage. We see Phuzix building up some nice damage, keeping MuteAce stuck on the ledge, which actually does give Anathema the opportunity to keep punishing on Kobe. They're, like you said earlier, taking the path of isolating these into separate 1v1s because they know their teamwork isn't quite on the level.
And Anathema just, once again, being the phenomenal barrier to his teammate, just keeping him nice and safe as he is able to get back onto the stage, finds the up air, and Anathema finds a stock, and now they have a slight lead.
That's the first time they've killed Kobe.
Nice.
They are going to be going into this next one, and they're continuing that game plan of keeping these isolated, but MuteAce and Kobe have linked back up. They are back in the same area, so they've got to be really careful when the back air finds its mark, so that is an unfortunate spot for Phuzix.
Did the neutral air extend its hitbox on the thrown gyro, and then because of that, Phuzix ate a back air? Is that why he just died? Because his own teammate threw a gyro at him?
I think we can call that a team kill. Do you agree?
A team assist. It was a team assist kill. That interaction was just unfortunate. That just feels bad.
Anathema definitely needs to be a lot more careful with how they are throwing these gyros out, because more often than not, I'm seeing MuteAce or Kobe be the one that reaps the benefits of them. But they are still finding their mark from time to time. Good laser there to catch the extra damage on the grab.
That was excellent coverage. Anathema just sat there, waited, saw the aggressive option, and then was just able to immediately whiff punish with the F smash. Let your teammate get hit, because then you might be able to hit the opponent.
Yeah, absolutely, but they've still got a lot more work to do, despite the fact that Kobe actually finds himself on last stock here, which is kind of interesting considering everyone else has been able to tank so hard, especially MuteAce now at 166 on this stock. I think they need to take out MuteAce relatively quickly so that they don't find Kobe getting those restocks without too much threat.
Yeah. And now just MuteAce being an excellent stock tank right now, just still at 166%. It is not often at all that you see Palutena live just this long.
When they've got Kobe in front of them tanking all those hits for them, I can definitely see exactly why Mute has been able to tank this hard. Still holding on to the stock, looking for a dare here. Manages to get the grab off of Anathema, regain center stage control. Tries to get a nair, and now this might be a scary spot for Anathema. Does manage to land on the platform, though.
Oh, and look at that juggle situation. Phuzix somehow able to fight the way back down and actually getting a kill for it as well. You were fighting two of the best jugglers in the game, being Lucina and Palutena, so that is no easy feat to make it down.
Yeah, but right there we saw yet again Anathema's gyro being detrimental to his team. Does manage to get the first spinny arms, looks for the second one but doesn't find it. Great teleport from Mute, and the actual up air off of the parry is going to be a big punish. But Kobe still manages to regain his footing and take out Phuzix's second stock.
It was all about the high recovery. He was able to put him in a position where he had to press up B, but MuteAce had that slight bit of optimization, and that's why he didn't die at 54% and still kicking today.
Good up tilt from Anathema, but he was waiting on Phuzix to come in and carry out the combo, and Phuzix just could not close the distance fast enough.
Oh, Anathema just trying to get some shield pressure going. Kobe just in that situation kind of gets right, finds a grab, and just completely throws him off stage.
And I do want to point out, despite the fact that Kobe lost his first two stocks really early, he has been holding on to this final one for a really long time.
Yep.
They've been managing to slowly bring this back.
Oh my goodness, Phuzix actually going to be running into and converting off of his teammates so well. That was honestly beautiful. You turn what is supposed to be a 50-50 from Rob's down throw into a guaranteed kill.
Yeah. MuteAce at 127 on this stock. Not long for this world, and the up smash does do its job. So now it's Kobe versus the world, but with both of his opponents at a pretty decent percent. He's just got to be able to avoid juggle situations and isolate these 1v1s, and it is still very doable for this Lucina player.
Yeah, look at his coverage. You tech roll in, and then Rob is just ready to cover it with a gyro. You tech roll out, and then that Sheik just in your face.
Ooh.
Can't even get away with a jab, which is Lucina's fastest and grounded button with the least amount of lag too. This is so tough.
Kobe trying to play at the ledge a little bit, but now he's stuck between a rock and a Rob place, and does try to land onto the ledge, but gets caught immediately by that up smash. So we are going into game number 3.
You really wanted to say that line, didn't you?
I really wanted to say rock and Rob place.
I felt like that had a little bit of charge up before it as well. Like you thought about this in the beginning of the match, and then you were just looking for the perfect time to say it. I hate commentators. I hate all of you. I hate us.
I roomed with Steven last night, and I was talking to them. I was like, "You're gonna make top 16 of doubles, and I'm going to make the rock and Rob place."
You
joke.
should have just said Rob in a hard place. That would have been so much better.
No. I like Rock and Rob place better.
Okay.
Chat will let us know which one they think is more cringe. We'll find out later.
Anyways, game number 3.
Anyways.
So what do you think Anathema and Phuzix did this game that was just able to make it that much closer for them?
We talked about it a little bit, especially towards the beginning. They were able to isolate those into those separate 1v1s because overall, I think they recognized the fact that MuteAce and Kobe's teamwork a little bit better than theirs, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. They realized that because their teamwork is so good, they're actually pretty reliant on each other. So if you separate them, they start to get a little bit more uncomfortable, and you can start to win those 1v1s.
Oh, but oh my goodness, just able to successfully ping-pong off of each other, a respectable 36% just to be able to start this game off, and now they're just constantly exchanging positions. It's so difficult to tell who's in the lead.
The gyro extension on MuteAce's Nair was unfortunate for Phuzix yet again, though, so we're gonna probably keep seeing Phuzix get hit by that gyro. Good Nairs out of shield coming through from MuteAce is going to be able to continue to build up this damage. They have to be careful when they're putting pressure on Kobe because Kobe will just keep holding that shield. MuteAce will come in and get him out of danger.
It seems like no matter which option MuteAce actually ends up going for, he almost always ends up getting hit. He went for a pretty safe looking neutral, but then Anathema hit him for it, and as a result, has just never been able to find a big follow-up.
Tries to throw out that gyro, but yet again, they are isolated. That's a weird decision that MuteAce was forced into, and I don't think either choice was necessarily right. It was either ledge trap or go help your teammate, and I think he did pick the right one in that situation, but it's so hard in the split second to choose between them. Good up air from Kobe, though, and they are actually going to be able to take out the first stock.
Oh my goodness, that spike almost going to be doing it for Anathema, but still very much so luckily. Above the stage, finds a spot dodge punish on the neutral B and gets the kill.
Who goes for shield breaker there? That is...
bold.
Bold is the right word for that, Dara.
Yeah, that was something. And then they got hit for it, so at the end of the day, all is just.
Deserved. Go, my goodness, catches the side B out of the tech. That was amazing by Anathema to get that little bit of extra percentage on the tech chase.
Oh, just throwing him off stage, just Kobe flows into the corner, not able to assist his teammate in the slightest, and it's exactly what you talked about again. When these devolve into individual 1v1 situations, Anathema and Phuzix are just showing so much more dominance.
Good extra damage with the gyro on MuteAce in that grab, though. Now they've separated, they're trying to feel each other out a little bit, and it does seem that Phuzix and Anathema do have control of the situation, at least for now, but it's very quickly wrested away from them as MuteAce and Kobe do start to get a little bit more damage on the board. But these stocks need to start flying soon, and they do indeed. We're back to even.
Oh my goodness, that's actually still not going to be killing Phuzix. Makes it back onto the stage and going through the immediate double jumps just to be able to go over Palutena like that. Jumps from ledge, especially the doubles, are even more difficult to punish somehow.
I love the nair out of the side B and then the extra up air by Kobe to just add that tiny bit of damage on, because it starts to build up, especially with a heavy character like Rob. Every single bit of damage carries its weight.
Yep.
Whoa, okay. Catches both of them with the same down smash. Very well placed by Anathema.
And at the angle that it sends that too, because even if it didn't kill them, it would have set up a double ledge trap as well. Anathema is cooking. Anathema is just playing so well.
I also think that was very poor DI from Kobe. I wonder if he might have been watching Mute come out and was like DIing for Mute and then ended up holding left and dying.
Yeah, I would have not known which way I was getting sent at. If both of us were hit, that would have definitely mixed me up.
Good throw into the up smash, though. Not quite able to take the stock out, because I think that was the sour spot of Palu's up smash. So we're still pretty close to even. 2 stocks versus 1 stocks on everyone across the board, and very nearly finding that up smash. But Anathema does find MuteAce staying too long on the ledge.
Look at Phuzix just staying there saying, hey, you are not going to go help your teammate. MuteAce is going to get ledge trapped by my own teammate. You're not going anywhere close to him. He didn't care about getting the hit. He just let Anathema do his own thing, and look at how much it's paying off.
Right, and that's the thing that we, again, keep harping on, those separate 1v1s, and almost serving as a distraction for your teammate. But we are going to see Phuzix going down, takes the stock back, but that means Anathema is going to have to tank like his life depends on it.
Kobe could have definitely gone through the back here, and that could have been it for Anathema's last stock. I just don't think he was, maybe looking at his teammate in that moment, was just not ready to be able to convert off of that hit. Anathema needs a way to be able to make it off of this corner. Kobe is just playing so patiently, but you can't contest with Rob neutral air. That move is big.
Throws out, the gyro throws out the laser, but actually does catch Phuzix up a little bit too much. That damage is slowly building on Anathema's teammate. They are trying to tank like their life depends on it, because it really does. Does manage to get through that neutral air, but they are still holding on to that stock. 160% full rage. This is going to come all the way down to the wire, Dara.
Whoever gets this next stock is going to be taking it. They're just both playing so patiently. They're both playing this so defensively. But then Phuzix just rushes in with an absolutely raw F smash out of nowhere.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. Phuzix has been doing a great job serving as the vanguard in this situation.
Yeah.
They know Anathema's at high percent. They know that they can't really be the one serving as the starter in these situations. So Phuzix doing his job, getting out there, and now they've got MuteAce trapped deep off stage, and Anathema finds the side B and finds the set.
It was that double jump. MuteAce got a little bit antsy at the end there, ended up getting his double jump caught out by the gyro and lost his stock as a result. So, wow.
Look at this. This was so smart from both of them. It had both the gyro and the needles coming through. No jump from MuteAce like you mentioned, and the side B just sealed the deal.
Yep. Teleport recoveries are so easy to punish just because of the fact that as soon as they don't have a double jump, as soon as they're not able to actually recover high, their ability to mix is almost non-existent.
Right.
Because it's like either you're going to the ledge or in the super vulnerable place near the ledge. Pick one, neither of them are good options, and they're both very